As a part of our campaign, My Business, My Responsibility, we are doing this video. Hi, are you the business owner and your business is currently in a complete standstill? Then you have to take care of 5 things, and you should know about these 5 things regarding your business insurance. When I was approaching all the business owners during this lockdown condition and helping them out in the steps to be taken care regarding their business insurance in this lockdown conditions, that's when I realized it is not just the business owners I know, but the business owners across India who need to be given this particular information so that they can take care of their business and their business insurance in these lockdown conditions. The first thing which need to be taken care is about the silent risk. What is a silent risk? What does that mean? That means your business is non-operational and it is completely standstill, and there is no one to take care of your locations which are in place, your godowns in place. So that's a situation wherein anything can happen. The risk can happen, but it is even not known to anyone. This is actually called as a silent risk. In a normal fire policy or an industrial all risk policy, the coverage for the silent risk is given for 30 days and which is inbuilt within the policy. But if the silent risk goes beyond the real risk starts, the reason because there will be no coverage which will be given under your existing policy. So what is that we need to do? We need to inform it to the insurance company that your current business is standstill and it can go even beyond 30 days. So the information need to be given to the insurance company and a proper approvals need to be taken from the insurance company. And many of the insurance companies, what they're doing, if the sum assureds are a little less, they are actually trying to give it as a blanket coverage for many of the businesses. But nevertheless, let's not take any risk, right? So we need to do whatever we need to do for our business because it is our business and our business is our responsibility. And our responsibility starts by giving them an information, and we can send it across through a mail because mail is accessible from anywhere, even in these lockdown conditions. So let us send a mail and inform it to the insurance company. This is the actionable what you are supposed to do. The second risk is called as standing or stranding risk. What does this mean? See, it is mostly for those the materials which are in transit, which have started and has not reached the destination yet. That's the vulnerable transactions which need to be, which normally we get it covered under the marine policy. Marine, or somebody even call it as a transit insurance. But what does it cover? It covers the goods and the goods which are transferred from one location to the next location and where the transfer is for a business purpose. Okay, so that total transit is normally covered under marine policy. So what does the standing risk mean? That means the goods got stuck up at some place because of the current sudden lockdown conditions which has happened, and normally it is covered until the goods are still in the carrier. Okay, but if it is unloaded somewhere without any prior notice to the insurance company, then there is no risk cover which is given. Okay, and if say suppose as a part of the regular transaction, if there is an import which is actually coming in, so the goods have reached the current shipyard in the port and it has been unloaded there, but you are not in a position to take out those goods from that particular location because of the lockdown conditions, right? Normally in your existing marine policy, it is covered for 30 days. But if it actually goes beyond 30 days, we need to inform it to the insurance company, and there are provisions under the marine policy wherein this extension of this number of days can be given for an additional of 60 days. So I request all the business owners to have an extension of maximum amount of time, that is 60 days, so that we will be in a safe zone, and all this information need to be given to the insurance company prior. So what is the action that we need to do? If any such material is getting stuck up at any particular location, that has to be informed it to the insurance company, and then you have to take an extension up to 60 days. The third thing which we need to take care is about the renewals of your business insurance policies, which might come as a due after the lockdown has been announced. The regulator has actually taken care of the personal insurance policy renewals, and they have actually come out with a circular stating that because the lockdown is till May 3rd, so they can renew their policies up maximum up to 14th of May, so that the coverages are all intact, and even if there is any claim in between, that can be paid. And most of the business owners, they are thinking it's the same is applicable even for your business insurances. No, it is not. Your business insurance need to be renewed on time. If not, the coverage is not in place. And when I was actually discussing, there are two thought processes which have come in from the business owners. One is like, now any which way my business is actually not working, is it really worth to actually take to actually do the renewal of the policy? And I say my answer to them is yes, still you need to do it. The reason because, say, anything can happen during this phase. Though your business is not working, but that doesn't mean that there can't be any risk at that particular location. Because you have seen recently, even in Delhi, there was an earthquake which has happened, and anything can happen. Even the unforeseen circumstances, like there could be an rare rain which can come in. There could be a flooding of the water logging conditions which can happen in your location, which may lead to a short circuit, or your material can also be damaged at the location, or your machinery can be also damaged. There could be even rodents, because nobody is there in place. Rodents can move around, they can cut the wires in between. There could be, the moment you go out for the restarting of your business, then immediately there could be a fire accident, right? Okay, so the coverage should be always intact and it should be in place. Okay, this is a must. Right. So then the next question which comes up while I was discussing was there is actually no payments which are coming in, and there is no money actually to renew the policy. I only say that, like, if that's the situation, then probably you can renew the policy not for 1 full year, but actually renew the policy on a short scale basis. What does that mean? If you are renewing the policy on a short scale basis, that means probably you are renewing for 3 months or 5 months or 6 months in place, right? So in those conditions, your premium, your overall premium will be less, but probably your premium rate will be little more. Okay, what you can do, probably you are renewed the policy for 3 months, and before the end of the 3rd month, you have the provision to increase the coverage for 1 full year and extend it further by paying the remaining premium. So what does this mean? At least it's almost like an part payment which for your entire full year policy, and but the main motto is you need to have the coverage in place. So that is a must. And the fourth thing is about the pandemic risk. Okay, there is something called as business interruption policy. Okay, and if any of the business have actually taken that business interruption policy, and any interruptions like this, if it happens, normally it is covered under the business interruption policy. But if it is a pandemic nature, right, and it is specifically mentioned under your policy wordings, if the pandemic nature is not covered under your insurance policy, don't be rest assured, your policy is not covering your business. Not just that, probably it could be a situation wherein you got your godown which is in place, and you got all your stock out there, and after this lockdown the people have started coming in and they started working at your location, and if it is found that one of the person who worked in your office or your godown found that he got the corona virus in place, then all that area can be completely under disinfection, and this may lead to any of the damages of your stock or damage of your machinery, or it can happen anything. And this will also come under your pandemic risk, and this pandemic risk is never covered under any of the business insurance policies. And the fifth one, during this lockdown period, the central government Ministry of Home Affairs have come out with the standing operating procedure for the social distancing. Okay, and in that it is specifically mentioned under point number 5 that there should be a compulsory medical insurance for all the people who are working in your location, in your business. Okay, so now it is mandatory, right? And what is the amount of coverage and who all need to be covered and how the policy should be, there are no specific guidelines which are given by the Ministry of Home Affairs, but we can actually help you out because we have been consistently working out with the solutions with almost all insurance companies, and we got the best of the best solutions which are there in place, and we can help you out. If your number of people who will be working are less than 7, then we may have, there is no other go, we should have to go only for the individual policies. But if by any chance if your number of people are more than 7, then we can actually go for a group insurance. And group insurance is, the rates are much lower, and thanks to all the insurance companies, like now, because many of them, they have come out with such a discounted prices, which is a no-brainer for any of the business owners to start it and have the coverage in place for all their people who are working in this business location. For any further queries, or you want to have a customized solution for your business insurance during these lockdown conditions, please do contact us. Our contact details are mentioned below. We request you to please share it to all your business owner colleagues, right? All the entrepreneurs who are whom you know. This could be a great help for them in these current lockdown conditions. This is Mallapuram Rajshekhar. I am your insurance specialist, but I do not represent any insurance company.